no.
Ocho Cinco, was he a quarterback?
Your ass better call somebody.
He's going for the touchdown. Caldwell Pope. How about that one, baby?
It's Sports Entertainment today.
How did he win this game?
I hope this is bleach.
Take the hoop out of the playbook, please. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to College Football Weekly Matchup Week 10. We just had a good week of college football in Week 10. We missed last week due to Bryson over there. He's laughing due to Bryson having a broke phone. Bryson, what exactly was wrong with your phone? Tell us what was wrong with your phone and why you could not join the podcast.
All right, so I cracked my phone about 3 weeks ago. And then
all right, we got to get faster than this. Come on, just short story. Dang.
Short story, I dropped my phone again. I had pressure points. It was open up apps, texting people, calling random people. I got the iPhone 13 mini. So, yeah.
Gotcha. And Josh, I know you said you were a little busy, going to football games or whatever you were doing this weekend. How was your weekend, and what did you do this weekend?
It was good. Just sat back and watched some stress-free football on Saturday because Alabama was off. And then I was able to watch a little bit of the Falcons not be able to stop the run on Sunday and get beat by the Panthers. But CBS didn't carry a 1 o'clock game on Sunday. And then I couldn't catch the evening game or the afternoon games. I went out trick-or-treating with my kids. And then, I did not watch the Sunday night game. I watched the World Series.
Dad life. I hear you. Preston, you were in Atlanta. You went to the Falcons game and the Braves all weekend. You went to the Battery. I'm guessing you didn't go to any of the games because the tickets were outrageous, but I know you went to the Falcons game. How was your weekend?
It was awesome. I got to see pitcher shutout on Friday. Saturday, I got to see a comeback in the 6th, 7th, and 8th inning. And then last night, I left in the 7th inning because I had a 3-hour drive. And the team couldn't do anything past Freddie Freeman's home run and Adam Duvall's grand slam. But then I also went to the Falcons game, and I just got to see that total shit show. I mean, the Falcons, they couldn't get out of their own way. It's just rough. We'll talk about it in the NFL show, but it's just not their year. It's never really been their year, but it's definitely not this year.
Gotcha. Well, we did do picks last week. We had a little bit of picks. Josh had a struggling week. He went 1-7 for the first time. I think.
Whoa! Let's see if we made some ground up on him.
This is a rough week for Josh, and he is 38-34 overall. Bryson, you led the way. You went 4-3. You started off hot, 3-0, but And Preston was right behind you. Went 3-4, and Bryson is 30-29, and Preston is 29-34. They're a little bit behind, I believe, Josh, on the weeks, if that is correct. I'm hoping that's correct. I wrote it down, but they are behind. So we're going to go by your overall record.
Yeah,
30-29. You're one game above 500. As far as what I looked through today, I wouldn't look through and add up the records because I was a little bit behind doing
Josh started strong.
That's what I got.
But he's starting to sputter a little bit.
sputter.
We're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go by a winning percentage, I'm guessing. So we'll just do that. However, we're gonna do it. But overall, a good week of college football. Michigan falling, Wisconsin, dominating Iowa. A couple other games. Preston's favorite team, Cincinnati, barely pulling off another win.
It's okay. They still won. It's okay. Pump the brakes. They're still undefeated. Number 2.
Gotcha. But Josh, what was your thoughts on week 9 of college football and anything you took away from that?
Yeah, man. I was hoping Tulane would pull it off so I could come in here and let Preston know, but Tulane choked it up at the end against Cincinnati. Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin continues to pull boneheaded moves for his team in games. And, Georgia, that was looking kind of iffy there before halftime, and then that defense turned it up a notch, and that true freshman Richardson showed his colors and threw that ill-advised pass, and it was 3-0, and 3 minutes later it was 24-0. And that was so far out of reach for Florida. And Michigan State, Mel Tucker up there, Michigan State getting a good signature win for him, getting Michigan like that. And Ohio State took care of business against a recently coachless Texas Tech team.
Gotcha. Yeah, Michigan State getting in the playoff picture a little bit more. Bryson, I know you had a rough week. You probably kind of expected it. I mean, a little bit. I mean, I kind of thought maybe Florida gets up and plays a little bit better, but, what's your thoughts?
I'm very, like you said, I'm surprised. I thought the game was going to be 2 touchdowns, not a fucking blowout. Like Josh said, I mean, AR, I mean, good God, you talk so high about him, and true colors come out, pick. I mean, now he's looking more like Emery. I mean, damn. I mean, it's like after we lose, 3 games or 2 games, the team just gives up. I mean, hell, we might not even get the damn bowl game this year. If we do, it's gonna be the shit bowl. But I mean, shout out to Michigan State pulling an upset. Michigan overrated, still my opinion. Shout out, I don't like them, but Miami pulling off the upset too. Cincinnati barely beating the high school, which is a shame. But they're gonna get the real deal when they make the top 4, which is a shame also. But a good overall week.
Gotcha. Preston, any thoughts? I know you're the biggest Cincinnati fan we got. I know you missed a little bit of college football, going to the games and stuff. I'm sure you watched a little bit, but what's your thoughts on the week?
The weeks, my thought on the weeks is the cream's starting to rise to the top. I said that a couple weeks ago. The pretenders are starting to get eliminated. You got your Iowa losing. Wisconsin destroyed them. You got Pittsburgh, who, thank God, Miami beat them, because Pittsburgh barely beat Clemson, and I cannot stand Pittsburgh. I don't know. There's just something about them. I'm so glad they lost to Miami. And then you got Clemson, my team. I mean, how is this team just as bad as they are? And I don't care what people say about the injuries, because I've watched every game. I mean, this team's just rough to watch. I was tweeting during the game. I mean, it's miserable to watch these teams. And then, I'm just excited for college football. I mean, I think we got a couple good weeks ahead of us. And I want to say the one thing is, I think Oklahoma's got their quarterback. I think they finally got a quarterback that's going to make them competitive and, can finally get the ball rolling in the right direction for them and actually make them, a true college football playoff contender. And I think, we're in for some really good football ahead of us.
Gotcha. Any other, you guys got any other thoughts on the week, or any thoughts on, Oklahoma's quarterback? I guess it does look like, they're playing a little bit better with him. Bryson or Josh, you got any thoughts on that?
Well, it's not really about Oklahoma. Congratulations, you got a quarterback. Wish we could find one, but I mean, Wake Forest, I'm loving it. Still undefeated. It's pretty cool seeing them. I mean, hell, they could make a playoff run. That'd be cool, But shout out to Wake Forest. I like.
I hate to say it. Why are they not in it above Cincinnati?
Is it just because Cincinnati? Wake Forest is going to have a loss before the season's over.
I agree, so too. But I mean,
they're both facing Lakeside and Greenbrier and Evans and Harlem. I mean,
Josh, what's your thoughts?
I don't get why Cincinnati so high. It don't matter, because whenever they get in, they're going to get fucking ran through.
I still don't think they're going to get in. I still don't think it's a guarantee. Me personally.
Well, one thing about the playoff committee is that they're not going to go on like last year's rankings. Wake Forest wasn't even in the picture. Cincinnati's been up there the past few years. That's one thing that could help Cincinnati with the playoff rankings, and they do come out tomorrow night. I don't think I don't know about Wake Forest. We're going to see if they put Wake Forest. If they don't put Wake Forest in the top 6, I really don't see them a chance to get in unless some chaos happens. And same thing with Cincinnati. If they put them out in the first playoff rankings as 7 or 8, I don't really see them making the playoffs.
I don't think they'll be that low, but I think they'll be probably in the top 5.
Well, the first ranking isn't the most important one. The most important one is the last one. And if you look back in the first year that they did the playoff committee, Ohio State wasn't even – I think Ohio State was in like the top 20. Like they were like at the bottom of the 25 that the committee ranked. And at the last minute, they jumped in after winning the Big Ten, and they were number 4 spot. And what happened? They won the national championship. You just got to be in the top 4 in the last, playoff committee rankings. That's all that matters. But the first one, I wouldn't be surprised if Wake Forest is somewhere around like 7 or 8 on the outside looking in. I mean, because I don't think the top 4 is really going to move that much. I don't think Cincinnati – and I promise you, I don't think Cincinnati is going to be out of the top 4 tomorrow. I think the committee keeps them in the top 4.
Bold prediction.
No, it's not a bold prediction. I think it's the truth.
SMU will beat Cincinnati.
Well, Wake Forest is going to lose to Clemson.
So even as Cincinnati runs the table,
I don't care
and
about
you have an undefeated Wake Forest, you have a one-loss Big Ten champion, you have a one-loss Pac-12 champion, and you have a undefeated Oklahoma as the Big 12 champion, and you have a one-loss or an undefeated SEC champion. There's no room for Cincinnati. There's just not. There's not going to be room for Oregon.
Well, you're leaving out the American champion, which would be Cincinnati. I think in that scenario,
they're not a Power 5 conference, man. They played one team, Notre Dame. They played one team,
and then Notre Dame even all that.
But Notre Dame's Notre Dame's what? What are they in the ranking? Tell me that.
I don't care where they're in the ranking. They lost to one of the worst teams in college football. Well, did they lose or almost lost early in the season in Florida State?
But they won though, didn't they? That's the thing I don't understand. I'm the only one that seems to care. A win matters. And if they're in the top 4, come tomorrow.
There's not going to be no room for them, man.
If they're in the top 4 tomorrow and they win out, I just do not see that there's any way that they get bumped in the very end of it.
That's just like saying, it's just going to be.
God help me. I wish Cincinnati would get in there so every son of a bitch that's so hyped about them would get their fucking ass and bring it through like a porn star. It's going to be ridiculous.
What if they played Florida? What if they played Florida in the bowl and they beat the shit out of them?
Whoa. All right. Calm down there. All right. Anyway, we got off the rails a little bit. But anyway, God, I don't even know where I was at. But no,
all I'm telling you is there's 5 Power 5 conferences, and if you have 2 undefeateds and 2 1-losses or 3 1-losses, 1 1-loss is going to be left out of the Power 5, and you're going maybe even an undefeated Wake Forest, even though Clemson, can go through that schedule just fine and be undefeated, and the schedule isn't a problem for them. But Wake Forest, Georgia are SEC champion unless it's a 2-loss Auburn team that somehow gets into the SEC championship game and beats Georgia. I just don't see a way for Cincinnati to get in, man. They're not going to leave out a Big Ten champ. They're not going to leave out the Big 12 champ. And they're not going to leave out the SEC champ.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm there with you. But let's get in to a little bit of other things here. Is there any other games y'all want to talk about, I guess, on the week as far as week 9? Any others? Or anything else? All right. Let's get into the player of the week. Do you guys have a player of the week for week 9? Bryson, you don't look like you have a player of the week. You look like you totally forgot. It's all good. Does anybody?
I did. I wouldn't say I'm not going to have like one person. Georgia's defense. I mean, my God.
I mean, you can pick them every week.
My God, it is ridiculous, man. I mean, I honestly thought we were going to have – I knew they were going to win, but I thought it was going to be like about 2 touchdowns or so. But, I mean, damn. I mean, they just looking outrageous.
Yeah. Josh, you got a player of the week over there?
Yeah. Kay Walker III for Michigan State, 197 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Ooh, 5 touchdowns. And I look like Jameis Winston out there with under 200 yards and 5 touchdowns. R.I.P. Jameis Winston. Not R.I.P., but
ACL, right?
He's tore his ACL. He's out for the season.
That's what I just said.
Oh, but he's fine. I mean, they're still going to have a better record than the Falcons, but go ahead.
We'll see. We'll see. They still have to play the Falcons twice. My player of the week, Caleb Williams, Oklahoma quarterback, 23 of 30, 402 yards and 6 touchdowns. I mean, he has got this team rolling in the right direction. Replace Spencer Rattler. They're going forward. They're going to be in the playoff. They're going to win the Big 12, and they're going to play Cincinnati in the first round. I can promise you that. It's going to happen, boys. It's going to happen.
Gotcha. And I am watching Monday Night Football like usual, so that's why I was looking over there. But let's get in to the next subject here. Or does anybody have a rant of the week? I know Bryson had a C&B off the script rant. We cannot have it on the show. We cannot have it on the show. So we
I have a rant.
So Josh, you're going to start with the rant. Go for it.
So let's see. You're driving down the road and there's a roundabout. I'm driving behind somebody. I'm looking in the roundabout. There's nobody in the roundabout. and so the people stop in front of you like it's a stop sign and look both ways before they go around the roundabout. I had to slam on brakes. Also, I've been in the roundabout in the same week, and somebody stopped in the roundabout to let somebody out. People need to learn how to use a roundabout. That's not how you use one. You do not stop at one unless there's a car coming. I mean, it looked like a ghost town. There wasn't nobody around, and this person just came to a complete stop.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. You go to Griffin or wherever you're. I don't know exactly what town you're in Georgia, but why y'all got so many damn roundabouts? I feel like going through where y'all live at around there. Y'all got so many damn roundabouts. Why is there so many roundabouts?
Roundabouts are more efficient. They should be more efficient than a stop.
Everywhere I go, I mean, on the way to Clay, on the way to my brother's house, he lives close to where you're at. I mean, I hit like 3 roundabouts. I mean, it's ridiculous. I hate it.
They're way more efficient if used correctly.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, but I hate going through I mean.
If you go the one towards school, there's always somebody screwing it up.
Yeah, and then they had. I went a few months ago or whatever, and they had a freaking parade in the roundabout, blocking the whole round. I mean, it was like I didn't know what was going on. It was like they had tents up and everything, and I couldn't get through. I didn't know what to do. I had to go. I couldn't even go around the roundabout. I had to turn and go somewhere. I mean, it's just it was dumb. But I don't know. Anyways,
I got one.
Bryson's got a rant for us. All right.
Yes. I said it before, the very first rant. If you ain't got a diesel, get the hell away from the pump. Happened to me again today. I pulled in a gas station. Only one side's got a diesel pump. Pull in, there's a truck sitting there. I'm like, okay, I'll wait. I wait 5 minutes on the damn phone. I said, you know what? Screw it. Put the truck in park. Started pumping gas. My whole back end of the truck was blocking the whole driveway. People honking horns. I'm just pointing at the guy in front of me like, hey, Bo, I don't know what to tell you. So, I mean, if you ain't got a diesel or you ain't getting gas, simple. Get the hell out the way.
Gotcha. That's always a funny one. Yeah, Preston, I don't know if you have a rant, but
I got one.
Oh, you got okay. Well, before I go, I don't really have a rant, but I was going to talk about something. But I'm sure yours is going to be something similar.
Well, you can see what I got pulled up on my phone.
Go ahead, Preston.
All right. Okay. So it's Game 5 in Atlanta. Close out. They can win a world championship, the World Series in Atlanta. Okay, this doesn't happen often. Most teams, if they clinch on the road. We had the opportunity to win 3 straight in Atlanta at home on your home field in front of 40,000 strong in Truist and 50,000+ strong outside. Okay, it's going to happen. Adam Duvall in the first inning hits a 4-run grand slam. We're up huge. Okay, all you got to do in this bullpen game, because we've lost Charlie Morton, we've lost Soroka, we're throwing the whole kitchen sink at him collectively. In reason. I understand that. You don't want to throw all your starters out just in the off chance they come back and beat you, which they did. Why is Minter and Chavez left in the game so long? I was watching the game dwindle away. Every pitch, I'm like, oh my God, a single, a double, a single, a double. And they kept going 1, 2, 3, 4. Next thing you know, there's tied. And then the Lord, Freddie Freeman hits a go-ahead home run. Oh, that didn't last long because a single, a double, a single, a double. And then they took the freaking lead and they won the game 9-5. Now Atlanta has to go back to Houston with a chance to hopefully win Game 6. Hopefully, because we won the Braves earlier, won the first game in Houston. So it's possible you can win there. And you got Max Fried in 6. Okay. So it's possible. And you got Ian Anderson in 7 if it goes that long. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully the Braves win tomorrow night. But damn it. Come on. Put the right pitcher in the game and pull them. Okay, you have to at least go 3 batters or the end of the inning. Pull the pitcher when it's not going right. Let's stop just sitting here watching it, just our lead dwindle away. I want to win a world championship, okay, Braves? Let's do it tomorrow night. There we go.
Lord help me, God. I don't have high blood pressure. But they cut to the Braves bullpen. And you know who I saw warming up? I saw Luke Jackson. And I about freaked. I was like, good God, they want us to lose this damn game. Please. If the Braves had any common sense, for the love of God, get rid of Luke Jackson. I cannot stand Luke Jackson.
He's actually played pretty well.
I got a question.
Luke Jackson was the best reliever all year.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh.
He was pretty good this year.
He had his moments where he was rough, but then he also had his very consistent moments.
But I do have a question, and I didn't get to watch all season. But wasn't he a starter? Not for the Braves, but wasn't he a starter at one time?
No, he was a closer.
He was never. So he's
always
never
been
started
closer.
on any other team.
He's either closer or a setup man.
Okay. I'm just trying. I mean, why? I mean, who is this? Why? I mean, why Davidson? Why they?
Because we lost Charlie
did
Morton, so they're
yeah.
trying to. They've kind of flipped it
Why
back
not?
and forth.
I mean,
It's better than the guy they started the night before. Okay, so the last thing I got to say is Zach Greinke. Okay, he's the pitcher for the Houston Astros. This dude is 2 for 3 at the plate. How is he? I know he's a hitter. He grew up as a shortstop. Okay, I understand that. But damn it, he doesn't. He's an American League pitcher. He doesn't see bats. Why is this guy 2 for 3? Throw him a freaking strike down the middle. Okay, why are we trying to get cute? They were throwing sinkers and cutters.
He batted for years for the Padres.
No, I understand that, but he doesn't see it that often. Okay,
No, he doesn't.
And I understand that he's got that instinct, so he can swing it back.
Look, man, the Astros are a great hitting team. Their backs were against the wall. It was a pipe dream. I think we were going to win 2 in a row bullpen games.
Well, I understand that, and I understand, but then they made the comment the other night was, they're really good if they know you're going to be throwing strikes because you have to. And being a bullpen game, you don't have much leverage. You have to throw strikes, or you're going to have the bases loaded in those situations. And so they knew they were going to get in the box, so they had to figure out where it was going to be swung. I understand that, but seriously,
Maldonado played a mind game with Minter last night.
Yeah, he didn't even swing the bat one time.
And he crowded the plate. He was all up on the plate.
He pulls it away.
He outsmarted our pitcher. He got in the pitcher's head, and that's what messed up with Minter.
But again, and those pitchers have been used in so many high leverage situations in the last couple of days. Eventually, it was going to happen last night. Like I said, I still very confident that the Braves are going to be able to hopefully be very competitive in Game 6 because they got Max Fried.
I think they're going to be competitive regardless. And
one thing that it is leaning a little bit towards the Astros' way is they used a lot of pitchers last night, but they had a day off today. See, we used a lot of pitchers in 3 straight games, and they ended up using a lot more last night than what they normally do. They even threw a starter out there to pitch 1 inning. I think it's the same guy that's going to start tomorrow.
Urquidy, or however you say his name.
Yeah, Urquidy, So, I mean, they threw a lot of guys. Our pitching is about even. I think they edge us a little bit on placement hitting. We swing for the fences a lot.
Well, yeah, they're very content, and I was listening earlier today was that they're okay with taking a single and a double here instead of going for the long ball. I like our pitching in the setup in the long run because I like Ian Anderson over whoever they got, or Keedy, however you say his name. And I like Ian Anderson over whoever they got in Game 7. If it goes that long, hopefully it doesn't. But they were saying it. They were like, the American League rules of having the designated hitter. I think, obviously it favors them because that's how they play. But the Braves are set up really well. We have some great hitters. And then we also are able to keep, Jorge Soler in the starting lineup as our designated hitter in the whatever position they're probably going to put him in. Probably like first, second, or third in that lineup or whatever. But then you have that whole lineup who can hit and everything. I think it gives us more protection. So the Braves are set up really well. It's going to just come down whoever just makes the least amount of mistakes in the next 2 games.
I got one more thing about baseball real quick. My quick rant on Dansby Swanson in Game 4. We have a no-hitter going. And there's a bloop hit over the shortstop. Why are you 35, 40 feet out in the outfield trying to make a play on that ball? That was Rosario's ball, and he was coming in to catch it, and he looks up, and there's Do It All Dansby in his way.
Lieutenant strikeout, I call him that. People call him Lieutenant Dan.
That caused Rosario to check up and mess up, and that ruined the no-hitter right there. But yeah, Dansby really ticked me off, and Ozzie Albies swinging the bat like a 7-year-old right now.
Gotcha. Yeah. One thing I will say just to end it, I am worried about the young guys, pitching Game 6 and Game 7. It's going to be – I'm hoping for the best. Astros do have struggled against lefties all season, so we'll see. Hopefully Fried can get it done and the Braves can get it done tomorrow night. But let's go ahead and get into the upcoming games for this week, Week 10. We're going to do our picks for this week. We got Wake Forest, undefeated Wake Forest, playing North Carolina. North Carolina is a -2.5 favorite the last time I looked. We're going to go to Bryson first. Bryson, you're going to lead us off since you had the winning record last week. What's your pick in this game?
Thank you, Mr. Rickerson. I appreciate that. I'm still going to Wake Forest train. I like what they're doing. I think they're still going to be undefeated after this week. I'm going Wake Forest.
You want me to write down your picks? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, if you give me a piece of paper, I'll write it down.
Sorry. Josh, who you got in this game?
Is that game in Wake Forest?
No. I believe it's in North Carolina. I think I wrote them down that way.
2.5. North Carolina's favored 2.5.
What was North Carolina's preseason ranking? Weren't they like top 5?
10.
10? Okay.
North Carolina minus 2.5.
Is that who you're taking, you said?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Josh taking North Carolina. Preston, who you got?
I think Wake Forest is rolling a little too strong right now. I think, Wake Forest has typically played North Carolina really strong over the last couple of years, and that's when they had inferior rosters. I don't think this is any, different, except they have a better roster this year. I don't think they have the better players because I think North Carolina recruits better. But I like Wake Forest in this game plus 2.5. I just think they're going to, dominate this game by probably 14 plus. So giving me plus 2.5, I take that all day long.
Gotcha. Next game, Michigan State, who is that right? Michigan State, yeah, Michigan State, who just beat Michigan against Purdue, favored by 2.5. I hope that's right.
It's
4.5.
4.5 now. Well, we're going.
They said
with
3 on ESPN.
Okay, we're going with that. I have. I saw 2.5 the first time I looked. I guess we're gonna go. We'll go with that. Unless you guys want to change it, it's up to y'all. Do y'all want to change it or leave it?
Stay with what you got.
Stay with what I got. All right. Preston, we'll go with you first this time. Who you got?
I like Purdue and how they play and everything like that. They've played some really good teams really closely. They're at home. This game's at 3:30, so it's not close to noon. It's also not a night game where things can sneak up on you. I do think Michigan State's, just sneaky good right now. Obviously, they're in the top 5, but I think they're, better than what we actually think they are. They beat a really good Michigan team. You're giving me 2. You're giving me 3. Is that what it is? 2.5. 2.5. Yeah, I'm taking Michigan State minus 2.5.
Gotcha. Bryson, who you got?
Michigan State come off the win against Michigan, pulling a big upset. I'm really liking Michigan State. I think they're going to keep the train rolling.
Josh, I'm guessing you're rolling with them, but who you got?
Yeah. I'm not gonna go with Purdue. I'm gonna go with Michigan State. Who, if there's Michigan fans listening, Michigan State's not your little brother. You're 1-4 against them the past 5 years. So you can stop saying that. The players coming out and saying Michigan State's our little brother. No, they're not. Okay, so Michigan State and their running attack will be too much for Purdue. I'm going to take the Michigan State minus 2.5.
Gotcha. Next game, Auburn, Texas A&M. Texas A&M favored by 4.5. Josh, coming to you first. Who you got?
All right, so this Auburn Magic, backyard bow, playing like Johnny Football against Ole Miss at home in Jordan-Hare. Problem is he's not going to be at home in Jordan-Hare. They're going to go to College Station and play a Texas A&M team who is playing really good right now and coming off a bye week. Got some guys healthy. Will Rogers is in the top 3 of passing in college football. I think the Pirate down there, their coach will have, or not the Pirate, but what's his name? I want to say Dan Mullen, but it ain't Dan Mullen. Jimbo Fisher will have his guys ready to go, and they'll be playing good. And we're gonna go with Texas A&M minus 4.5.
Texas A&M minus 4.5. Preston, who you going with in that one?
Yeah, for the same reasons why Josh was listing off why Texas A&M is going to win. It's going to be the same reasons why I believe in the same thing. I think the biggest factor here is they're at home. I think teams are really evenly matched. The thing that's tricky is that it's being at 4.5 is I could see the scenario where, Auburn just wins by 7. And then I also see a scenario where Texas A&M wins by 7 or more too. So that's one of the tough ones. I'm going to go with Texas A&M minus 4.5.
Texas A&M minus 4.5. They're both in agreement. Bryson, who you going with?
Bo Manziel, baby. I'm going with Auburn.
Going to Auburn, going to be different. It's been good for you so far. Going different these last few weeks. You've been trying to pick up some steam on Josh here. See if you can.
Real quick, I made a mistake when I was talking earlier. I was thinking of Mississippi State and their quarterback. Texas A&M's quarterback's not that great, but I still think they're going to be too much for Auburn. I think Auburn's luck's going to run out.
Are
but
you
yeah,
thinking of? No, I got you.
yeah, I was thinking of Mississippi State's quarterback.
I missed all that. I missed it. Okay. Next game, Baylor TCU. Baylor favored by 6.5. Preston, we're going to come to you. I know you're riding over there, but who you got?
In the Baylor TCU game, so the TCU's coach actually just stepped down. Yeah, no, I don't see any scenario right now where Baylor is given too much of a struggle right now from TCU. So yeah, give me Baylor minus 6.5 because I think it's gonna be bigger than that.
He's going Baylor. All right, Bryson, who you got in this game?
Baylor.
You're taking Baylor. Any reasons taking Baylor? No reason at all. I know you probably haven't seen much of Baylor this year, but you know they're in the. Isn't Baylor in the top 10, top 12?
Mm-hmm.
Where's Baylor at, Josh?
I'm pretty sure they're top 10.
They're
Top
up
10?
there.
They're up there. I knew they. Yeah, they might be number 9. I know they're up there somewhere. Anyway, all right. Bryson's taking Baylor as well. Josh, you going with them?
Yep, I think Baylor's running back. You know, is in the top 10 in the country in rushing. I think Baylor will run all over TCU and get the win by a touchdown.
Gotcha. All right, next game. Oklahoma State, West Virginia. Oklahoma State favored by 2.5. I wonder, some of these lines are awful low for teams that are ranked pretty high. But Bryson, coming to you first. Who you got in this one, Oklahoma State or West Virginia?
Man, I think this is going to be a close game. I got to go with the coal miners.
Coal miners. I was going to ask you. You're going to go with the coal miners. It's kind of an upset there. Is West Virginia ranked?
No,
they're
4-4.
4-4.
Coal miners. The Mountaineers, man.
He did that on purpose. That's why he's doing it now.
I know.
Okay.
I go with the coal miners.
Coal miners.
I picked the last time, and they did the upset. I think they could do it again. Go coal miners.
Go coal miners. Bryson's the biggest fan of coal. I'm gonna get you a shirt that says "Go Coal Miners" on it. All right. Anyway, Preston, who you going with?
I like Oklahoma State. I think, again, like I was talking about Michigan State, I think they're a sneaky good team. I think they're going to give Oklahoma a big run for their money at the end of the year for the Big 12 play-in, or for the, I guess technically their game would be a play-in game since they're the last game the week before whoever would play for the Big 12 championship, and you could technically have them play 2 weeks in a row. I like them to beat the 4-4 West Virginia coal miners. So we'll see what they got going on.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Josh, who you going with?
Yeah, we're gonna go with the Oklahoma State Cowboys. The Cowboys. The Cowboys. I think Mike Gundy have his guys ready to go. They don't need to lose again. They want to stay up there and be able to compete for the Big 12 title with one loss. So yeah, we're gonna go with Oklahoma State.
And any coal miners out there, I got y'all's back.
Can I ask you a question, Josh? How much Alabama stuff do you have? I feel like you're on with a different shirt every week, or a different hat, different shirt. You must have a lot of Alabama stuff.
Yeah, I do. I got lots. I got Alabama shorts. I got Alabama socks. I got Alabama. I got Alabama paper plates over here that I eat off of.
It's kind of embarrassing, is it not? I guess not. I guess.
No, it's not. It's not embarrassing.
Paper plates? Really?
Yeah.
Paper plates?
Yeah. My grandma gave them to me. She's like, I got these, and I was going to give them to you.
They're going to the garbage though, just like when Georgia beats them, they'll be going to the garbage.
Oh,
Georgia's not beating Bama this year.
Not if they don't figure out a freaking quarterback situation.
Hey, they might do it, man. They might do it, and Haiti might freeze over.
Hey, yeah. I'm saying all this. I have no confidence at all. No confidence at all. I'm so worried.
All I gotta say is, see y'all next year, hopefully.
Yeah, we got you. Next game, let's go. Tennessee, Kentucky. Kentucky favored by 3.5. Kentucky, I believe, didn't they just get blown out or beat by a couple scores this week? I forgot who they're playing.
Yeah, they got beat by the last place team in the West.
Ooh. Yeah, but they're favored by 3.5 here against Tennessee. SEC game. Bryson, are you going with the Wildcats?
I don't know why My gut is telling me to say this, but I'm going 45-42 Kentucky. I don't know why, but I think this is going to be a shutout. I don't know why. I got a gut feeling, but in
So
the end,
you
I'm
got
going Kentucky.
seeing points.
No, he said no. Kentucky. Well, yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, you said 45-42. That means Kentucky's favored by 3.5. So if it's 45-42, you got to take Tennessee. So what are you going with?
Kentucky.
You're still going to take Kentucky.
But
you think it's going to be a
Kentucky.
shootout? Just say it. Okay, you think it's going to be a shootout?
I feel it's going to be a shootout, but I'm going Kentucky no matter what.
Gotcha. Well, if it is 45-42, I hate to tell you, and Kentucky wins, I hate to tell you, you're still going to be 0-1. Just to let you know. Anyway,
go Balls.
Okay. Anyway, Preston, who you got?
I think in prime time, on ESPN, Kentucky is going to embarrass Tennessee. So give me that -3.5 because it's definitely going to be a easy line to take.
Gotcha. Josh, it's on you. Who are you going with
Josh ain't liking that one.
Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee runs 80, 90 plays a game. Kentucky not going to be able to keep up, man. Give me Tennessee +3.5.
Ooh, Josh is trying to get some wins back, or he's going to fall. He's going to fall back, and Bryson's going to catch that lead here soon. Catch the lead here soon. I guess.
Go Wildcats, baby.
I guess we'll have to see. But is there any other games you guys want to talk about? For week 10.
We're going. Florida's going. We got Mizzou. Probably going to lose. Just throwing that out there.
I thought Georgia plays Mizzou, don't they? No, am I wrong?
We got Mizzou.
Oh, well then who's Georgia guy? I could have swore Georgia had Missouri.
Georgia has South Carolina. Maybe.
No, we already played.
Sorry.
We already
I
played
am
South
so
Carolina.
sorry.
Yeah, I was
You're
about to
right.
say.
We got South Carolina.
Yeah,
Georgia's got Missouri.
Yeah, you're right. Okay,
we're going to Carolina. I'm sorry.
Georgia has the noon kickoff with Missouri, and then next week Georgia travels to Knoxville to avoid the trash being thrown on the field.
I wonder what the spread in that game, Georgia, Missouri.
It's 38.
38. Oof. Any other games, guys? Bama? Who's
Alabama's hosting Ed Orgeron and LSU, who apparently couldn't field enough team to practice last week for a couple of days. Said they had too many injuries and people opting out. And that line's 24.5. Who would have thought 2 years ago LSU would have came to Tuscaloosa as a 24.5 point underdog?
Would y'all have still taken Alabama in that game? 24 points. Would y'all have just be on? I mean, it's not going to be on there. Just who would you have taken?
I'm taking Alabama in 24 for sure. Okay. LSU's quit, dude. They just threw in the towel.
I'll tell you what, not with that sissy blue shirt on, you ain't.
What was the other game I was going to say? Oh, who's Clemson got?
They travel to Louisville at 7:00.
Louisville. Uh-oh.
They're -4.
-4
favorite.
Ooh, I could have had that game on here. -4. I should have.
What high school is Cincy playing this weekend?
I don't even know if Cincy plays. So they're playing out there. You scroll past it.
Did I?
Yeah, Tulsa.
Tulsa
3-5. Tulsa
-20.
Tulane. They play Tulane and Tulsa, and the Titty Bar.
Man.
Gotcha. All right, let's get into the final few segments. Well, before we get into the top four, do you guys have a favorite? What's your guys' favorite bet this week? I guess out of all those, or any other game, do you guys have a favorite one?
I'll start it out. I like the Baylor. I like the Baylor bet. -6.5. TCU, no coach. Yeah, I just don't see this game being close, and I think 6.5 is going to be a pretty easy spread to take apart.
Josh, you got a favorite one over there?
Yeah, give me Michigan State -2.5.
Michigan State -2.5. Bryson, do you have a favorite one?
Chris, yes, I do. Coal Miners, old son. Let's go.
Coal, really? You taking the Coal Miners?
I'm liking it. I'm digging it.
That would be a surprise for me. Okay, that's a lock. All right. Let's get into the last segment here. Top four. See where's Cincinnati going to be for everybody. We are going to go to the man Preston first. Preston, who is your top four?
Okay, in the 4 spot this week, They're from the state of Michigan, but it's not Michigan. It's Michigan State is the number 4 team in my playoff poll. In the number 3 spot, it's Oklahoma. They got it figured out. They're going to be playing really well for the next couple weeks. In the number 2 spot, I got Cincinnati. And in number 1, I got Georgia. No surprise. No surprise there.
Lord bless it. Bryson. All right. Bryson, coming to you. I know you're over there shaking your head. Who you got?
God. Jesus Christ. 4. Wow. I know it's a far stretch, but I don't know. I like them. Wake Forest.
4. Wake
That's
Forest.
a
That
tough-
might even be worse than Preston's. 4.
That's
Woo.
high. Who did you leave out?
3.
Now, you left out
I'm going
Cincinnati, I'm sure.
I'm going Oklahoma. 2. I'm going Bama. 1. Going Georgia.
How is Alabama
To
number
be honest, if we're going by best teams, I would probably put Alabama 2 or 3. I mean, me personally, but I mean they haven't performed great. But Josh, what do you got to say about that with your old Alabama shirt on? Who you got in the top 4?
So this is what I think the committee is going to come out with on Tuesday. I think they're going to have Michigan State number 4, Alabama number 3, Ohio State number 2, Georgia number 1.
I cannot see where Oklahoma is below Ohio State.
I will say one thing. I do see Oklahoma being in that top 4 personally.
I mean, they're undefeated,
but
Ohio State has lost. They are looking really good in the last couple weeks. I'll give them that. And I honestly do think they'll probably be in the playoffs. Maybe if somebody else.
I could see them having Ohio State and maybe knocking Michigan State back to that 5 spot, maybe.
Possibly.
Possibly, but yeah. Anyway, that's the top 4 words. There anything else we want to talk about before we, head off?
Player of the week.
We already did the player of the week.
No, we did not.
Yeah, we did.
No, we did not.
Yeah, you gave us
Predictions
Oklahoma quarterback.
What are you asking? You gave us the Oklahoma quarterback.
Did we already do that?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, can I do player of the week times 2? Because I've just got one more.
And this guy thinks Cincinnati needs to be in the top 4.
Well, I guess we'll go back to week 9. What'd you have? What did you have for week 9?
Well, I have this player, and I don't know if anybody knows him. Josh knows him. It's the Cincinnati running back leading the nation in rushing touchdowns. He got his 14th rushing touchdown on Saturday.
Time out. He had to look that up. Ladies and gentlemen.
I heard it on the broadcast. I just couldn't verify it.
Fact check. C&BSports fact check coming in. He is not leading the nation in touchdowns.
Oh, no. Don't tell me what happened.
BYU's running back has 16 touchdowns.
Oh,
and there's another running back.
He did the old okey doke. He did the old okey doke on him.
You got the reverse guy.
He did the old okey doke.
No.
He did the old okey doke.
No.
Look at him. All right. Well.
Looks like there's no way. I don't see that because I see it right there. It says Bryce Hall, running back from Iowa State, says 11. Does it not? But I guess it's not right too because
I don't think that's organized. I don't think that's organized. But
I know what
I got the stats right here.
He's on Cincinnati.
I don't like Alabama. I hope they miss the playoffs. I hate
he's
them.
on Cincinnati.
I hate him.
He's on Cincinnati Bearcats.
It doesn't matter. He has 14 rushing touchdowns.
It's still impressive to have 14 rushing touchdowns.
He still has 14. He's on the second best team in the country, and they're going to be in the playoffs when they play for the national championship this year. And this is C&BSports.
Hold on, time out. Hold on, time the crap out. Okay, you could say they get in the playoff, but you really think they're going to get in the national championship? Are you kidding me? I don't care who they play, unless they play Wake Forest in the top 4. They ain't beating whoever they're going to play. I can tell you that right now.
Y'all are a bunch of haters because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
What's your name? Good God. I mean,
they're the number 2 team in the country.
All right. We'll end it. Unless anybody else wants to say anything else. Is that it? All right. Appreciate everybody watching. Peace.